Hi everybody, thanks for coming. So today I'm going to present you what microfinance is. Some of you have heard about it through a growing bank, a financial institution in India, or maybe through other media, because it's a subject that became more and more mainstream as time goes on. So please feel free to ask your question at the end of the presentation. So let's get started. I'm not learning you anything new. Poverty and inequalities are still relevant topics today. A good way to fight against them is to provide an easier access to financial intermediaries, institutions, and services. As of right now, 69% of world's adult population own a bank account. This number has only been going up during the last decade. Indeed, out of 3.8 billion adults worldwide, 1.2 billion of them opened a bank account since 2011. However, this rise in financial inclusion hasn't been homogeneous. What I mean by that is that there has been disparities between countries, men and women, and rich and poor people. That means that even though we have made a lot of improvement, there are still a lot of places around the world which don't have access to financial services like we have in our Western countries. That's why the development of new solutions like microfinances services are crucial to help people enhance their quality of life. Well, some of you may ask themselves, how can microfinance lead to more financial inclusion? Well, maybe that a small definition of microfinance will be useful to you. So, what is microfinance? Microfinance uh, is a term that regroups financial services targeting individuals and businesses with poor access to conventional banking. It includes microcredit, saving accounts, microinsurance, and payment systems. Most of those services are based off mobile phones and internet access. The objective of microfinance is to help marginalized people to um, enter the financial world. As you just heard, microfinance use various ways to reach people. However, its costs are high, even more in developing countries. Why? Because in order to determine the price of a loan, we must take into consideration two types of cost: administrative and transaction cost. The objective is still to provide a loan at a low cost for our services, to be more vague, at a low cost for the end customer. However, there is high fees that are always and just unavoidable for every services, and the credit risk to take into consideration, because the risk to lose your money is way too high in certain area in the world, and therefore does not leave the choice for to institution to ask for a lower interest rate. Microfinance also use methods like solidarity lending to be more effective. What is solidarity lending? It means lending money to a small group of people instead to lending to a sum of individuals. The reason behind it is that the group will present a greater chance of repaying the loan than individuals. Indeed, members of the group are more likely to encourage each other to repay the money lent. And solidarity lending has also a nice side effect. It's that it's a useful tool against gender inequality. Studies have shown that women are less likely to default than men, and that institutions that practice solidarity lending have a lower delinquency rate than institutions who don't. So when we take all of that into consideration and we assess what microfinance is, which are the benefits that we can take from it. First, it's accessibility, because through this method, households can access small loans that regular financial institutions don't offer. It also develops education. Why? Because parents are now less likely to pull their children out of school in order to provide for their families. Another benefit is employment, because it stimulates small entrepreneurial initiatives and create new jobs that will, in the long run, help the employment rate. One criticism that can be made is that microfinance fails to deliver consistently those benefits in a different part of the world. In some cases, households can be led into a debt trap because of the high interest rate we talked about. Therefore, the recommendation that we would make is to use microfinance with guidelines in order to lower the interest rate and be more nice, if I can say, with the end customer. We should also do more to assess the real impact of those financial initiatives, because even though this method has a lot of advantage, we haven't enough serious study to show on it. So and if we really are serious about reducing poverty, we should find studies that can help us to assess the real effect of those initiatives and reduce poverty more efficiently. Now, please feel free to ask your question, and thanks for listening.